Welcome back to Keep It Good. I'm your host, Carly.
And I'm your host, Emily. So, how is it already the end of 2025?
I
I
don't
just,
know.
this year flew, right?
Yeah, legit flew by. It was
Ugh.
like January, February, June, November. Now we're here.
Yes,
Like,
exactly. I don't remember September and October to be fair, but my bestie over here just turned 40. Going into a new decade, 2026. The new decade,
girl,
that's a big deal.
I am so excited. Already, I feel different. I feel, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a
Yeah,
very cool feeling. And I'm very excited for this next chapter. I,
that's awesome.
yeah, I'm very excited. It was probably the best birthday I've ever had in my life. And it just set the tone, like, perfectly for what I envision my 40s to be. It was awesome.
Can't ask for anything more than that.
I know, and then next year, it's gonna be your turn, so
Yes.
we gotta start planning yours.
Yeah, so going into 2026, I mean, obviously, with New Year's, we always all have a resolution, right? That's kind of what you do. You're going to start the new year with good vibes, new health goals, or whatever, which I think is amazing. I think it's really good to have health on your mind and bettering you as a wife or a parent, a spouse, whatever, just as a human, right? We just want to make the
Yeah.
next 365 days the best that they can be.
Isn't it such a good feeling, the new year? You just all the possibilities ahead of you. But the thing is, so many people set a resolution and it just doesn't stick, you know?
Right.
Like,
It's
it
like a week
just
long.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
my resolution last year sucked. I didn't, keep up on it, and I
Yeah.
feel like that's been my habit for the past couple of times where I've
Yeah.
set a resolution and I'm like, "Yeah, it's not really working out."
It's easy to let them go to the wayside because life happens and totally understandable, you
Yeah.
know? I don't even remember what mine was. So it's good that you even remember yours.
Well, I don't, but I just know that it didn't happen. You know? Whatever I was planning did not happen, and I think, like, in general, we all should take this one a little bit differently, right?
Hmm.
Instead of doing the usual, like, because I mean, take a wild guess. What do you think the top 3 goals are in general, statistically?
I mean, I have no idea, but I would definitely say health. Everyone's always like, "Oh, back at the gym and losing weight and eating healthy." Like, that would
Yeah,
I don't know what the other
you're
ones would be, but
no, you're absolutely right. So, well, number 1, statistically, they say, is save money.
okay.
Number 2 is eat healthier, and number 3 is exercise more. Right?
Okay.
I mean, those are good goals, I think,
Great.
but they're like the same. Like you shouldn't
Yeah.
just be waiting until New Year's Eve to start that. That's like
Mhm.
just a life goal,
Should be like
like,
yeah, it should be life goals for sure.
yeah. And I mean, get this, right? So overall, the success rate for New Year's resolutions is 9%. So out of 100,
Wow.
9% are the only ones that stick to it and actually like focus and make it happen. So by the end of January, 64% have quit already. It's just like, nope, not happening. And by mid February, that number jumps to 80%. So let's switch it up. Let's switch it up this year.
That's crazy. I mean, I agree with that. I feel like that makes sense because I don't know. We probably put too much emphasis on it and go ham, and
Hmm.
then it's not attainable.
Yeah. So we looked into it a little bit
Yeah.
and the big reasons of why. Why
Mhm.
don't they stick? Why can't we make a New Year's resolution and make it attainable?
Yeah. So one of them is it doesn't work because it's too broad. So, like, okay, you said get healthy, exercise more, eat better, but we're not giving ourselves specific steps on how to do that. So, if your goal is to be healthy, it can't just be like, okay, so I want to lose 10 pounds. I'm not going to eat sugar. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. But they're not attainable. So you have to be more specific. Like, I'm going to walk 10 minutes a day. And, that could be, that's attainable 10 minutes. Like, you could walk around your house if you really wanted to. Or I will eliminate a can of soda if you're a soda drinker. If you're a wine drinker, I'm only going to have, a glass of wine on the weekends. or something like that, you know? So it's like you have a goal, you know what that entails, and now you can do it.
Yeah,
Does that
specific
make
step
sense?
by step. Yeah.
Yeah, or like I'm gonna have 2 types of vegetables a day because I hate vegetables. I'm gonna do my best to try and get at least 2 in a day and have, 20 or 40 milliliters of water by lunch or something like that. You need to be
Mhm.
specific, I guess, basically. We don't want it to be too broad.
And then next is like lack of habitual formation. So, like, most of us struggle with turning new behaviors into part of our routine. Why? Because we're not incorporating it in a time that actually works. Like you wake up and
Yeah.
you think, oh, I need to work out as soon as I wake up because that's what I see on TikTok and all these things. No, honey, if you got kids and you got to get them ready for school, maybe 6 a.m. is not your window of opportunity. Fit
Mhm.
it into your schedule where it's not going to feel forced, where it just easily slides in, right? So if you're wanting to do walking, say, maybe it fits in right after dinner and that is your sweet spot. And it just flows. Like you can't change your routine drastically if you truly don't want it, right? Because half of these
Yeah.
resolutions are like not forced upon you, but you feel like you have to do these things. But if you're just adding in little things throughout your normal routine, it's going to stick easily. And if it's raining, well, don't just quit. Use the stairs, walk around your house. I mean, there's ways to get that 10 minutes of exercise in. It doesn't have to be walking every night after dinner. You make it work.
And also like lack of planning. So you do have to schedule those steps, say, like if you're trying to hit 10K a day, if you have a watch or something like that. So replacing habits with good ones, like if you didn't walk today, then maybe you meditated instead because you had 5 minutes. So that was better than no exercise or no walking. Like, say you work from home and you have a meeting, you have a half an hour, but you also need to eat. Make your sandwich or heat up your leftovers and maybe do some squats or some push ups, like something that will just kind of get your blood flowing again. And I know there's been a lot of research with like doing a little bit of movement after each meal helps regulate your blood sugar and all that. Even like a 5 to 10 minute thing, not maybe
Hmm.
right after you eat so you don't feel well, but kind of gets the body digesting and moving again. And I think that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Something else that they talk about is called a SMART goal, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Like you just need to be specific, I guess.
Yeah.
The broad, like,
You,
I'm going to get healthy, doesn't really cut it. It's too broad. You need to kind of be decisive in what you want.
right. Because you have to plan for those days where it just doesn't work out. It's just not, it's not in the budget of time for that day. That's where you need to plan, like, okay, I know today is going to be crazy. So I'm going to use those little bits between meetings to do chair wall, like where you sit against the wall and
So
you're
hard.
working your legs. Like, oh, they're so hard. But I mean, like, if you
Wall
have those
sits.
little plan ahead moments where you know it's not going to work out, but you have little things that you can slide in replace of, you won't feel so defeated, right? Because
Yeah.
when we don't attain our goals, what do you think happens? I mean, mentally, physically, it triggers this stress response, which you wouldn't typically think, but it does. Your cortisol level spikes because automatically you're like feeling all the pressure, like, oh my God, I didn't get my walk in, da 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 da
Yeah.
da. I'm not going to reach my goal. Bathing suit season, whatever.
Yeah.
You're just putting this unnecessary stress on yourself for no reason.
Mhm.
So, you have anxiety stemming from all these unrealistic expectations that you put on with this stupid pressure for what? Your negative self-talk, your low self-esteem, depression, like all of these things just intensify because of this goal that you held so high. It just doesn't make sense. So that's where you can kind of put in the little bit of planning ahead to defeat that because, I mean, at the end of the day, you wanna get healthy, that's the number one, right? If that is your if that is your goal.
Resolution. Right, right, right. Right, we're specifically talking about that, obviously, just to give
Yeah.
a good example, because that's a top
Yeah.
goal, apparently. I also think once you have these good systems in place, then you're more motivated to then do more. And you might be like, "No, I'm gonna stick to my 5:30 workout 3 or 4 times a week in the morning," because you've gotten, 2, 3 months in, And so you feel good about it. So now you're like, okay, now I can do a little more. These goals
Mhm.
were attainable. Now I can continue. It's
Yeah.
not like I want to look like that model, in 4
Yeah.
weeks. It's not going to
No.
happen.
Have attainable goals, something you can actually reach. And once, like you said, it's small. It's like a built up
Mhm.
momentum, you know? You
Mhm.
start with one small thing that stuck. Now you can add in another layer. Before you know it, yeah, you're working out 3 times a week, you're eating healthy, and you're meditating, you know? So, what do you think we could do this year to switch it up? I think 2026 should be the best year for everyone involved. Like, why not? We all deserve a fresh start of like an awesome year of opportunity and good health and everything. So, what can we do?
Well, I mean, I think what we just said, starting small and being specific with what you want, I think is great. I always, if I'm getting back into working out and I've taken a break or something, having a partner,
Yeah.
even if it's not someone you're physically working out with, but someone to hold you accountable, whether it is a spouse or a best friend, it could be your friend states away, but you're connecting daily or weekly, like finish sending a sweaty selfie or the picture of your salad, like, look at me eating all my fiber and my greens. I think that
Yeah.
that's important. You're not doing it alone,
Yeah.
like, gym buddy or whatever. It's so helpful. Like some mornings when I work out, I don't want to, but I know that Alicia's coming over. So we're going to do it. And she knows the same. Obviously there's mornings we're like, yeah, not happening. See you, talk to you later. Like it
Yeah.
happens, and that's okay too. You need to listen to your body, but having her is so helpful for me.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. I mean, I think that would definitely help me too. But on the other end of the spectrum, sometimes telling no one your goals
Mm,
also helps because there's no outside pressure or
that's cool. Yeah, that
expectation.
makes sense. Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, your New Year's resolution should be for you and you
Yes.
alone,
Hmm.
right? So if you truly want this, you got to be your own motivator. You got to do it. And you can. You absolutely can.
What about like apps? I've been on some apps, for eating healthy and trying out new things. And that is almost too much for me because I'm like, oh, now I gotta put this in the app. I gotta tell them I did
Oh,
this
God.
and
Yeah.
log this meal. But I know that that's important for some people, and some people that will keep them motivated so they can see their progress through the day. For me, it doesn't work so much, but that might be good if you're a visual person. Or just visualize like how you would feel once you got there, which I think is a big one for me. How does that goal feel? Whether it is saving money or.
Yeah. If your goal is to save money, imagine all the things you're going to buy or all the people you're going to help or just all the bills you're going to get off of your chest when you finally have
Mhm.
that lump sum of money that you're aiming towards, you know? Keep that vision in your mind and that truly does help. Like with any I'm going to do that because I clearly didn't do it last year and look at me now. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think visualization is awesome. It helps you kinda hold that torch throughout the year and lights you up and been like, "Yes, you know, I am gonna put that extra 10 away or 100 away or whatever," because then you see it, and with an app or something visual, you see that kinda grow and grow, and you're like, "Oh my god, I'm up to, like, $4,000," you know, or
Yeah, it
whatever
feels good.
your goal is, you know? That's a huge one, I love that. Also, is focus on the why. That's huge. Why are you doing these things? What is it that makes you want to pick this goal? Whatever it is that pertains to you, it's important to you. So keep reminding yourself of the why you want this, and think of all the benefits you're going to gain by sticking to it. I mean, that's like
Yeah.
the ribbon at the end of the the race, you know, like that's what
Yeah.
you're trying to get to. So just remember the why. And last is be flexible. Give yourself grace. You know, instead of giving up, allow yourself for the setbacks and the trip ups. There's always going to be days where okay, you can't fit it in and you didn't plan ahead for the in between moments. Okay, that's one day. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Yep.
Who cares? That doesn't mean stop it altogether. Just give yourself the break. You ate a little bit off your diet today. Okay, it's a cheat day. Allow yourself, you know? Doesn't have to be an end all because you messed up once or twice, you know?
Right.
Just be good to yourself.
Was talking to one of my clients who's like a health coach, and we were talking about this, like, someone brings in a sweet treat, you have a sweet tooth, and you have like some cookies, and that ends up being your lunch or something, something you weren't thinking would happen. And I think a lot of us have that thought of, oh, well, I already messed up. So might as well order Chinese food for dinner. It's
Yeah.
already been a bad day, which, okay, if that makes sense to you, then that's fine. And he was saying to me, yeah, but now you just really ruined the day. Like, take
Yeah.
that one slip up as that's your slip up. Now my next meal will be healthy again because I slipped up. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's a thing. The whole day's not ruined.
Yeah. Right.
So, like, it's all in your mindset too. But yeah, you can give yourself a little grace. It happens. You're human.
100%.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, yeah, going on into like the top three, right? Of those are the
Yes.
basic three goals in the United States or the world. I forgot what the statistic was. We have a list of ideas that are just different. Like it shouldn't be such a high goal that it is out of reach, that
Yeah.
it's drastic and not you right now. You got to meet yourself where you're at today.
Love
So this
that.
is a
Yes.
list of things that we thought would be cool little goals for 2026. So it's things like practice more gratitude, right? I love that.
Hmm.
That changed my life. So let it change your life this year. Every morning, say three things you're grateful for immediately. First thing you do, you open your eyes. Oh, I am thankful to be here. I am thankful for this warm bed. I am thankful for the food that I'm about to eat. It could be anything. Just start your day off with gratitude and watch it change your life. I'm big on meditation. Some people aren't, but maybe this is the year you try. Once a week, do an app guided meditation and just see where your thoughts lead you. It's very eye opening once you give yourself a moment to just try it. Don't knock it till you try it, right?
Right. No, absolutely. Spending more time in nature. We've talked about this
Mhm.
before in previous podcasts. You and I are big components of grounding. We sleep with grounding mats and sheets and stuff, but having your feet in the ground. Now, where we live, we have snow right now. It's not the same to put your feet on your driveway. We're
Yeah.
talking like dirt, grass, sand, rocks, the woods, all that. But if you can, by all means, just do it. Like that's a tiny goal if you live in a warm climate. Get your cup of
Yep.
coffee and stand outside, get some sun, put your feet on the ground. That's, I think, an amazing goal. And I try my best when we have the warm weather because we don't have it for super long, but that's like a little attainable.
It's so attainable and even more attainable. Say you work from home or you work in an office, you can't get out because it's New England and it sucks right now. Buy the mat that you put under your desk and you're hitting your New Year's resolution all day, every day while you're at
Right.
work. You know,
Put those toesies on a mat.
yeah, and feel the benefits from the inside
Mhm.
out. It's truly incredible. Um, what about reading more, Emily?
I've been so good. I
Good.
have been so good, but I'm still continuing. But I read in the pickup line when I grab my kids. I pick them up most days. That's kind of my definite reading time, like the 30 minutes. If I get to it before bed, awesome too. I have like a book in the car, a book on my nightstand, that sort of thing. But that has been really nice to just get lost for a little bit.
Yeah. Easily attainable goal for
Hmm.
anyone starting off small. Just read. Open your mind a little bit. Learn a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh, digital detox. We all know that I'm not on social media a ton, but I think that that's a huge one, right? Just putting your phone aside a little bit at a time.
Yeah, I honestly think like all of America, every single person involved right now should do that this year. At least once a day where you just turn it off. You are not you're not involved in anything. And it's you and your family and all these things and even if you're just alone, you're just get off the fucking internet, like
Yeah,
just try it. I'm going to try it. I mean, it's probably easier said than done.
of course. But like if no phones at dinner.
Yeah.
If there's a family that does that, or you put your kids on the iPad or something, and I'm guilty of that sometimes. But no,
Yeah,
just no screens.
like just eliminate it little by little and see what happens. It's nothing but good can come from that. I
Well, and
promise you.
that goes into the next one too, like deep listening, like where you're having more conversations and, you're listening and talking to one another,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that actually we won't dive into too much because that one we actually have a topic, a whole episode based
Mhm.
on deep listening, talk less, hear more.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, tune in for that one if you want to make that one your resolution because I think that one's a huge one, huge
Agreed.
one. And then I love this one. Okay, this one's going to be hard for some of you, but I think it's a good one to consider for 2026 is letting go of perfectionism. I mean, just try and go with the flow more. I try to control things a lot.
I
And
do too.
yeah, and this year I really just kind of let what's meant to be in my life be there and what's not to leave gracefully. I didn't fight it. I just accepted it for what it is. You cannot control every moment. You just can't. And that for me was huge. And I think a lot of people could benefit from that too, is just let it be. Like whatever's meant to be is meant to be, but nothing has to be perfect. Like you plan this perfect family dinner and da 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 and it doesn't go as planned and now you think it's all ruined. No. It is what it is, So if we can get into that
Yeah.
mentality this year, I think it would solve a lot of inner issues that people deal with that horrible image of perfection. It's just nothing is
Yeah.
perfect. So let's just get used to that?
How about volunteering? Like getting more
Yes.
involved in your community. I love that
Yeah.
one. Like church, coaching, helping out at
Yeah.
your kid's school, maybe being a part of the PTO or PTA, whatever your school calls it. Um, you get to make new friends and build new connections. And I think that that's amazing too. I love that. I think that's a really good one.
Yeah. It is the best feeling in the world when you volunteer. I've said that in my previous one. It's just that feeling is just
Hmm.
infectious. It's awesome. So let that be your goal this year. Instead of having to fix what you think is wrong, do more of what you think is good, and just get out there.
So
Lend a
good.
helping hand. I love that one. So good. Another one that I brought up in my nursing guide to a rich life was seek silence and solitude. So, if that's not something that you're typically used to, if you're afraid of being alone or not necessarily afraid, but like it's hard for you, you don't really get the time, make it a priority. When was the last time you sat silent, Emily? Like your life is so freaking crazy. Every time I talk to you, you're talking to 5 different people from 3 different areas in life, and you're multitasking, and when was the last time you just sat down, no music, no podcast, nothing, and just let yourself be?
I hardly ever do. Because if I am doing something, I do have a podcast on or a show or keeping myself sort of busy. But yeah, that's really hard for me. That would be a good resolution for me.
And it ties into being more present,
Mm,
because a lot of times when you are silent with yourself, it's hard to just be still because you're worried about tomorrow or you're thinking about what happened yesterday, like,
mhm.
just be and appreciate today.
Yeah, I just heard someone say anxiety is fear of the future and depression is like sadness of the past.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of interesting because we don't, you know, you don't like think of just the right now, like just dealing with, like you said, that silent kind of like what's happening to you right now,
Yeah.
being
Be
in with your
in
thoughts.
be in the now. I mean, I've read so many cool books and there is a power in the present. And when you kind of flip your mind into that, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. How about like forgive and let go?
Yeah.
Like don't bring any drama, baggage, bad shit from last year that maybe you had or bad vibes from last year. Don't bring it into this year. Just start fresh. 2026 is a new year. It's kind of like I remember being in school. I loved getting all my new clean folders and notebooks
Oh,
and my
yeah.
agenda. And like, I'm going to be so organized this year. That kind of always felt like a new year,
Yeah.
right? Like, even though it wasn't January 1st, it was still a new year of school. And I was like, I'm going to be so good, so organized. Again,
Never happened.
probably only lasted for 5 weeks. But it is nice for the new start, the fresh start. So don't bring anything bad in and be open to like, how about be open to new experiences?
Yeah. I love that. I mean, I'm big on
Mhm.
experiences. I think I've said it a million times now. And going on from our episode last week about exiting that comfort zone, make that your New Year's resolution to do
Yeah.
something that scares you. Say
Mm.
yes to more things that excites you and no to what drains you. It just just be open, you know?
Yeah.
Just be open. I just love that whole feeling of like, all right, yeah, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be and we'll see where it goes. It's an exciting feeling. And if you could do one thing this year that really you would just never pin yourself to ever do, that would just be so cool to hear. I would love to
Yeah.
hear what people's New Year's resolutions were and their progress and all those things. It would be really nice.
Yeah, that would be cool. How about cooking more at home?
Yeah,
Like, if you're
love
a
it.
family that DoorDashes or orders out a lot just because it's crazy, maybe, like, more
Yeah,
home-cooked meals?
100%. I love that. We do that majority of the time, and it was
Yeah.
hard in the beginning. It was definitely like a flip, you know?
Mhm.
But now that we do it and it's become a habit, it's weird to ever be like, "Do you wanna get, like, pizza?" You know? Like,
Yeah,
we're
right.
like,
What do we get?
"Whoa, okay,
Yeah.
what?" Like but it just feels good. I mean, you're putting love into your food, you're
Mhm.
it is good. I don't know, I'm into it. I love making home-cooked food
Yeah,
now.
me
I
too.
hated cooking for so long until I had to, and now I'm just like, I just think home-cooked meals are where it's at for sure.
I'm with you.
I love this one. How about a monthly date, one-on-one with one of your kids? Like,
That's
you make that a
awesome.
priority
That's
monthly,
such a good idea.
right? I mean, that's all they want, really, at the end of the day, is just like your one-on-one attention. So, once
Right.
a month, designate that Sunday morning breakfast, just the two of you, go to a diner, make it into a ritual, and that's super attainable, super special, and it'll set the tone for the new year 100% with just
Mm-mm.
building that connection with you and your kid. And maybe it's not even your kid, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's your mom, maybe it's,
Right.
whoever. Just pick someone special that you would really love to devote once a month and stick to it.
Yeah.
And I think those are really cool and different goals for 2026.
I think that's a really fun list. I have some that I'm gonna be taken from that list for sure.
I know, right?
I'm gonna have more than one, I think, resolution this year.
I think so too. Why not? Why not? There's room for growth in so many areas in our life, you know? But I found this really cool theory too. All right.
Yes, explain it to me.
Yeah. Say you're like, I'm not for resolutions, blah, blah, blah. This one's called the reverse resolution. So I thought it was pretty cool because instead of focusing on what you think is wrong in your life and what you want to change, you focus more on what's right and what you want to build on.
So
And
cool.
right? I love that, like, different perspective on the new year. You always think like, "Oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that." What if, no, I get to do this and I get to do more of it, and that's my goal. So, a lot of it is just reflecting on your achievements and your lessons throughout the year. What went right this year? And what did you do to make that happen? Do more of that and gain more of that knowledge and experience, and I just think so cool. So, the way that they set it up was to use this stop, start, continue framework. So you're going to stop what no longer serves you. Maybe it's negative self talk. Maybe it's procrastination. Whatever is not helping you, let go. Let go of it. Then you're going to start small changes that align with what your common goal is. And it can change daily. I mean, you don't have to stick to the same thing. Whatever it is that helps you gain more of that good thing in your life, do it. And then the third one is continue the habits that have already brought you success. So it was just cool. They talk about like habit stacking, which we kind of dabbled in the beginning. So like you build habits on the existing ones, so it's
Yeah.
easier to kind of build into your routine. So by doing that, you're adding it into something you already do in life. Like, so if you wake up
Got
and you
it.
have your morning coffee, add in your 3 things of gratitude. So you're kind of doing 2, you're not replacing anything. and you're not trying to find time to fit in more because a lot of times we don't have that extra time. So you're squeezing it in and you're multitasking. If you want to do daily walking, then add in a podcast or a guided meditation into your daily walk. It's just introducing something that will help you grow without rearranging the time and space. I never thought of looking at New Year's like that.
Right.
So that's kind of a cool thing to flip it up, you know?
Because there are probably so many amazing things that we already all do, but we don't realize it. Just add a little extra to it. You're already doing
Mhm.
that. I love that. I think you're like rewarding yourself for already doing something good. Just
Yeah.
add a little something to it.
Yep. I love it. So what do you think your New Year's will be?
Well, better eating. We have had a really busy fall and it was fun and wonderful, but like I'm the type that actually won't eat sometimes. Like I'll skip meals and just I'm busy or I'll grab like a cheese stick or like I'm not giving my body the nutrition that it actually needs. So I would say better eating in the sense of like making sure that I'm getting the nutrients I need. And then sometimes my family, because, we're busy and I'm like, did you guys have lunch? Like, I don't even remember. Did we make lunch? And that obviously I'm making sure my children are fed. Don't yell at me for that. But, it's just
Disclaimer.
like wow, I need to chill and step back and make sure we're all getting nutritious meals and, more than just like something fast and easy, I guess. So that
Yeah.
goes with that cooking. And that list was so good. I mean, there's probably 3 things on that list that I would like to incorporate.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, same. Um, Mine, I think, well, we all know I can't commit to water. That has not just I don't know, my body repels it. So I'm not doing that one again, but I think I'm going to try and swear less.
Ooh, yeah, I have
I
a little bit of a mouth too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now don't get me wrong, like I'm not getting rid of all the truck driver in me, but I think I'm going to just do it less in front of my kids cuz it just slips out and I'm like, "Oh, shit." You know,
I know.
after I just swore, I'd say another one and then it's just a ripple effect and it's not good for my kids to hear it, it's I don't know. I can't stop it completely, but that's something I'm going to try to eliminate a little bit. But I have one where you said if you get somebody to join you and be kind of like your co-partner in it, I think a good one for us is to incorporate going back on the behind the behavior with Leanne. Um, she had mentioned picking out the positives with our kids. Now, if you know, me and Emily both have a child who causes a lot of gray hair.
Plenty.
Plenty, plenty. So, and sometimes it's very difficult to pick out the positive, right? I mean, that's a tough one for me.
Yeah, especially in the mornings for school. It
Yeah,
tends to be a struggle.
right. So, our goal is to daily text 3 things that we could pull out that were positive for the morning or night or whichever one is better. 'Cause sometimes, I mean, I'm a little crazy, but I think that'll benefit both of us.
I
And I
love that.
think that will
It'll benefit our kids.
100%.
Yes.
So let's incorporate
That's
our kids in our resolutions. And
I love that. I think that's a great idea.
yeah, so you hold me up
Okay.
and I'll hold you
Fair.
accountable. And we got to pick those positives, right? We're going to
Yes.
keep it good.
We're gonna keep it good.
We're going to keep it good. So wrapping up, we always end with our quote. So this one just seemed too perfect not to share. It's from Hillary DiPiano. DiPiano? Sorry, Hillary. So it goes like this. We all get the exact same 365 days. The only difference is what we do with them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
yeah,
And
make
man,
it.
do those days fly.
Yeah, they
So
do. Yeah.
make each day count.
Yeah. Make this year your year. I think everyone deserves a fresh start, an awesome year. If you want your year to be filled with excuses and the same old story, then yeah, do you. I mean, if that's you,
By all means.
go for it. But if you want to make this year one that changes the trajectory, the choice is yours. It's always mind over matter. So just set yourself up for success this year and make the goals that you know you can meet. Let's let this year be different.
Couldn't have said it better.
So don't think you have to go for the obvious. Make one that's special for you, maybe one from the list. and maybe one that will allow you to grow into the best version of yourself. We love you. We thank you so much for all your support this year. It was incredible. And we wish you all a very, very happy new year.
Happy New Year.
And as always, keep it good.